was one of the first people in the state of Hawaii to be able to teach and certify graders for the Army's new combat fitness tests. And during that time, me giving these classes, one of the comments I would regularly get told back to me is the ACFT is the Army adapting CrossFit. We're going to be talking about that in this video. We're going to be going over what are the pros and cons of utilizing CrossFit style training or utilizing a CrossFit gym or class from the perspective of somebody training for an Army combat fitness test. Or if your next paycheck is dependent upon you being able to pass some type of physical fitness test, this is going to apply to you too. I want to lead off with two quick things. One, I'm not here to promote or condone CrossFit at all. This is just rather to provide information to that sect of people, the people who have to take those tests, who have somebody else determining for them what physical fitness is, to provide them with information. The other thing I want to say is that if you are going to a CrossFit gym and you're improving your level of health, you find it enjoyable, you're able to stay with that routine, good for you. I am not trying to tell you in any way, shape, or form to not do what's best for you. Absolutely keep training, keep making yourself better. This is information for those people who are trying to get the best score that they can. Leading off with the pros associated with working at a CrossFit gym or going to a CrossFit class, the first one is the social aspect of it. Now, if you're going to a CrossFit class, you're going to be there training with other people. And this has a large number of benefits. The first two are the fact that you're going to have people there motivating you and pushing you to go a little bit faster, to get one more rep in, to try as much as you can to get all the intensity out that you can inside these training events. That is really very beneficial. And the next part of it is that applies a lot of benefits outside of the gym, because where you have these social connections related to your training at this gym, that's going to continually tug at you to keep on going back. That's just another really strong pillar of making training and exercise addictive. And this is going to start to matter a lot in the behavioral choices that you make in your life. You'll start to identify as a CrossFitter. You'll start making choices that are going to be associated with the identity that you see of somebody who trains at that gym. And these should absolutely be supported and embraced because they do have a lot of benefits. The second big positive is the programs that they have there themselves. One, you're going to show up at a gym. There's going to be a workout on the board. It's usually referred to as a workout of the day or WOD. You're going to know what you're going to do, go warm up, go get started, and whenever it's time, go through the class. There's no brain power devoted to walking around 20 minutes inside of a gym trying to figure out what you're doing. In most CrossFit gyms, there's no time waiting to get onto a piece of equipment, right? You're able to go right there and get started and go through it, and you know what you have to do. So rather than having that brain power devoted to figuring out what you're going to do, instead it goes into a whole lot of other categories, like pushing yourself, focusing on your form, making sure that you're trying your hardest, focusing on not quitting whenever it starts to really get hard. Those are much better things to be devoting your brain power towards. The next part of it is CrossFit does a really good job of focusing on mobility and warm-ups inside of their routines, inside of their programs. From somebody who started while working in big box gyms and doing program design now for a lot of other people, whenever I see other individuals work out or see their programs, mobility work is something that's always missing. It is so beneficial, not only to your training programs that you're doing today, but your quality of life later on down the road, making sure that you have that good full range of motion in it. And CrossFit gyms do a really good job of making sure that this is something that exists inside their program, that it doesn't get skipped out on. There's good mobility work there for you to extend that range of motion for your large joints. And the second one is warming up. I'm a big advocate of warming up. I can sit here and go through all the positive benefits of making sure that you warm up inside of your exercises, but we'll leave it at the fact that it decreases injuries and increases performance. I don't think you need more than that. Just focus on those two for why warming up is important. The last big pro of training at a CrossFit gym is how efficient they are. It's really hard to beat the amount of work and volume that you can get in at a CrossFit class comparative to anything else. You can go there, have those social interactions, have those motivations to help push you through. You can get some very good training in. You can increase or improve or maintain your overall level of fitness. And you can leave there feeling like you actually did something. You have gotten better in a very short period of time. And that cannot be understated for its value enough. My general recommendation that I make to people whenever I get a chance to talk to them about this subject, is that as long as you're able to pass your physical fitness test, then choosing to work out at a CrossFit gym can be a very positive thing. It's something that you should absolutely consider, trying to improve your overall score that you're aiming for, trying to get the best version of it you can. You should absolutely aim for that. But now let's start going to the other side. What are the cons of choosing to train at a CrossFit gym? And remember, this is from the viewpoint of somebody who's trying to get the best score that they can on a fitness test, or trying to create the best version of they can for a job to where other people's lives depend on their ability to perform. The first big con in training, going to a CrossFit class, is that it's not going to be tailored to you. CrossFit gyms, you have your workout of the day. You don't violate the workout of the day. Everybody does the workout of the day. And all the positives associated with that, if you have injuries or impairments or fitness goals outside of that workout of the day, you've now lost a lot of time focusing on those. And if those are needing to be addressed, that's what you need to be working on. Whenever we're training, we're always adapting to something. So are we adapting to the fitness goal and path that we need to be on, that's been laid out before us, that we may have got a chance to sit down with a trainer and say step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4? In CrossFit gyms, and this is generally true in most classes, you're adapting to the gym itself. Not your fitness goals, but the gym itself. That's what you're adapting to. Now, that could very well be a positive thing, but if you're aiming to create your best PT score, if you're aiming to have your body to be that highly dependable thing, because it's part of what your profession depends on, then that may not be something that's in line with that. You may need an individualized, tailored plan to address the needs that a needs analysis have identified for you. The second big thing is going to be the excessive reps that exist a lot of times in CrossFit gyms. Now, I am a member of the NSCA. NSCA and CrossFit have fought a lot about this. There's lots of things that have been said on both sides about the relationship of excessive reps and stress and injuries. Not here trying to debate that one. What I want to focus on is the class style training in relationship to the excessive reps that a lot of times this promotes. And this is focused around the fact of intensity reinforcing or creating bad habits. Whenever you're able to train with a buddy or train with a trainer, you're able to have somebody watch your form, to critique it, to provide you feedback on improving your technique or form. And this can be really vital to you whenever you're trying to build up that technique, whenever you're trying to develop just your raw strength, so that way you can build power later. Being able to have somebody judge and critique your form and look for improvements on it can be very vital. This is something that really misses in class style training. And a lot of CrossFit coaches will argue that they do a really good job of it, and they do. But whenever you're trying to watch and coach and teach 7 to 25 people, there's going to be reps that are going to be improperly performed that coach is inherently going to miss. I used to oversee PT with 240 people out on the field. Yes, it's very easy to miss people who are not doing a rep correctly. It's easy to spot them and to yell at them to fix it and get them to fix it, but it's also really easy to miss them. And you're going to develop a whole lot better habits and form working out in battle buddy teams or with a coach where they can stand there and grade and judge your performance. So the excessive reps and making sure that those reps are done correctly, and value being placed not on the number of reps or the time, but on the performance and the execution of the rep. That's something that needs to be addressed inside of your training plan if you're aiming for that really high PT score. The next one is what I like to refer to as social stress injuries. We talked earlier about all the social benefits that exist inside of training at a CrossFit gym. And they do help, they are vital, they can be very beneficial to you, but there is an opportunity cost in relationship to these. And this goes into external motivators and intrinsic motivation. Whenever we start to develop habits and we're doing it for other people, we're losing weight for other people, we're maintaining our gym routines because we have to live up to other people, we're maintaining the identity that somebody else is placing upon us, this leads to the seeding of really bad habits, and the majority of them don't turn out very well. It's hard to keep them maintained over time. As opposed to if we build habits that are based upon intrinsic motivation, which means that you're choosing to go through a weight loss program for yourself, which means that you're going through a workout plan because you feel it's best for you, which means that you are making a selfish choice as to this is what I think is best for me and I'm going to push through it for me, that builds intrinsic motivation. That builds your own internal willpower to be able to, whenever things start to get really hard and it's easy to start pushing those classes off, it's easy to start pushing those trainings off, it's easy to start pushing that other stuff off. Whenever you have developed the habit of training and the desire for goals that are better for you, it becomes much more harder for you to abandon those goals, to abandon that motivation. It tends to be a whole lot more stickier in the long term than external motivation. The last part that we're going to go over is the coaches itself. Now, to lead off with, this is not a personal attack on anybody. I know a number of CrossFit coaches, and they're awesome, amazing human beings who are very loving and passionate and really care for what they do, and they do it really well. But there is an issue that exists inside of this whenever you're trying to aim for your best PT score. You have to remember that the coaches that are at the CrossFit gym, they're not there for the benefit of you and your fitness goals. They're there for the benefit of their gym. And this is something that rings really true in a lot of boutique style classes, but it's a little bit more evident, right? Those people who are there running you through those classes, the Zumba classes and the Orange Theory classes and the Barry's boot camps, those people are there representing the gym. They're trying to get as much people in as they can. They're trying to force those people's adaptation to their class, to the gym. CrossFit, just the brand itself, does a better job of hiding this than what a lot of other ones do. If you're trying to train and address an individual fitness goal, if you're trying to work on your own individual fitness path that you have laid out for you, they're not going to be the best advocate for you in that scenario. That's just the way that the system is set up. Yes, they could very well care for you and think that you're an awesome person and be loving and kind to you and fully believe in you, but ultimately they're there to force your adaptation to the training programs there at the gym. As opposed to if you have an individualized training program and an individualized fitness goal or something that you're directly trying to attack to improve your overall fitness level, you need somebody there to advocate for you on just that separate lane. And this could be a battle buddy. This could be just a good friend. This could be somebody who is a trained professional there to guide you on that path. It doesn't matter. But don't try to put a CrossFit coach inside of that role for you, because that's not their role. That's not what they're trying to do. That's not what they're looking to do. They're there to force adaptation to the gym. And if you're needing to adapt to something else, then don't try to have them fill that role for you. So in conclusion, the pros of training at a CrossFit gym is if you're trying to get that best score, if you're trying to increase your overall level of fitness, that could absolutely be a place for you to be able to go and to try to get that little bit more out of it. But if you're an individual who can't pass the physical fitness test for their current profession, going to a box or trying to utilize a CrossFit style training program in order for you to get to the minimum of being able to pass your test is not going to be a good choice for you. There are going to be programs available for you inside of your whatever branch of service or profession that you have that are going to be much better off at addressing the deficiencies that have caused you to fail that physical fitness test. Whether it be an injury, whether it be dietitians, you're going to get much more bang for your buck. It's going to be much more time efficient. It's going to be much better for you in the long road to utilize those programs that are available to you with your profession to address what has caused you to fail your physical fitness test. But once you're able to pass and you've been able to cross that minimum threshold of fitness for your profession, if you want to try to take the next step, if you want to try to reach up a little bit higher, if you want to try to add some different stimulus or cause a different adaptation, or just find a new way to challenge yourself so that way you can train in discomfort, because we know the comfort zone is full of plateaus. If you're looking to bust through that plateau, there's a very good chance that choosing to spend some time utilizing a CrossFit training facility to increase your overall level of fitness could be the right choice for you. My last note that I want to have on this is to remember the difference between a strategy and a tactic. If your overall strategy is to improve your physical fitness test, is to pass your physical fitness test, to get the best score that you can on the Army Combat Fitness Test, if that's your overall strategy, there is nothing wrong with utilizing CrossFit as a tactic of being able to achieve that overall strategy. But don't fall for the trap of focusing too much on the tactic itself. Remember what your overall goal is: to get the best score that you can on the Army Combat Fitness Test, your overall fitness goal that you're aiming for. Remember what those are. Focus on that strategy, not too much on the tactics that you need to try to get to that strategy, and have numerous different tactics available to you in trying to reach that overall strategy. Don't let training at a CrossFit box be the only tactic that you have in order to try to reach that strategy. Make sure that you have numerous different tactics available to you in order to accomplish your overall strategy of getting the best score that you can on your physical fitness test, on the Army Combat Fitness Test, or improving your overall fitness level. My name is Benjamin Morris. I'm a tactical strength and conditioning facilitator, a military master fitness trainer, master resilience instructor, a former Army drill sergeant, preceding my name anywhere I go is the title Pacific Best Warrior. Here at Outtrained, we do training programs for the people whose jobs depend on their body's ability to perform. And if that's you, please contact us. Remember that pressure is a privilege. I thank you all very much, and out.